What's up, YouTube? Pastor Bob. So I wanted to show you how good I'm coming on. Well, I'm getting there anyway. On the fence, I cut the post off. I contoured the tops, put some solar lights up. Got the gate in. Of course, you know, wasn't paying attention, and I got about a 1/4 inch off. Right there. It's no big deal. And then all I gotta do is go back through and put a few more screws in and some uprights. Do some uprights in between. Took me 2 days to do that spot. Ugh. Well, actually 3. A day to put the posts in and let them set. And then another day to put the wood on. And then another day to string the galvanized fence and put the little caps on. So not too bad. Looks pretty good. I'm satisfied with it. I'll put me a little sign up there. So I got one more piece to put on the back side, which I haven't. So this section is done. Now I gotta finish the back section and that far section, and I'll have this project complete. Then I got to put a new roof on the caboose. And I got to power wash my house. And then I got to stain my house. I got to extend my deck 4 feet. I got to build a carport. Yeah. Got a lot to do. I got to put a new heat pump in. I got everything to put the heat pump in. I'm going to put it over here. I got everything to do it. I just finding the time to do it. And then Mary don't even know I put this in this morning. We're cutting down the size of our garden because it gets to be too much with everything else going on. So I put this little thing in. These little bags. It'll be good enough to do what we want. The vegetables that we want this year. It's easier to maintain, quick and easy. Nothing special. Anything that's creepers can go to the outside. You know, like tomato plants or cucumbers and peppers can go on the inside. I got cages for all that stuff, but easier to maintain, you know. I mean, really the only ones in the house that eat vegetables is me and the dogs. I know you're gonna think that's funny, but they like beans and like peppers, carrots, celery. I mean, you'd be surprised. My dogs like vegetables. So I thought, well, I like vegetables. I like vegetables. Maybe eat them once in a while. No, we'll just put a small one in. And go from there. And if it does good and we need more, then I can always extend it out next year and put another 15 pots in. But when your life's real busy, like ours is, most of the time, you know, it's easier just to come out here and go in the little garden for about 15-20 minutes. Boom, knock it out. Go on with your business. I mean, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's what I'm doing. I got the I couldn't wait on McMax to send me the stuff from China, so I went ahead and got myself a expensive key for it, 1/4 inch key for the keyway. And then I went and had a new spacer made. So it should be right this time. We shouldn't have any issues with it, as far as that's concerned. What else will break, I don't know. I mean, they didn't say nothing about replacing the muffler. They didn't say nothing about the shut-off valve. Didn't say nothing about the broken latch. So, whatever. It is what it is. At this point, I don't really give a rat's ass. I'm just being honest. I know, Pastor Bob, I can't believe you said that. Well, it's the truth. I got too many things to take care of and little time to do it. So, but you'll see this week, hopefully. I have something coming. Been wanting for many years now. And it's finally coming. And I'm going to make life easier on myself. Somebody was asking me about TYM tractor. I'll tell you the story about the TYM tractor. If you don't give it starting fluid, it won't start. Ever since I first got it. I don't know what it is. You give it a little jab, boom, she'll start right up. I've changed the fuel pump. I've changed the air filters. I went through it. I pressure tested. I mean, look, I did everything. So, I just give it a little squirt and she fires up. Outside of that, I don't have too many problems. I had through the broke the drive shaft in a couple times because of my tiller box. I don't know if it was the tractor couldn't handle it or the tiller box couldn't handle it, but whatever. I made a new faceplate for it. I gotta go get my other guard and put that on. I put these hooks on. Greased it all up, checked everything out. I gotta get some new boots. But I ain't too worried about it because I keep it greased. Outside of that, it's a great tractor. I don't know, people might say, oh, well, it doesn't start without ether. Well, you know what? It is what it is. The column fell apart a little bit. But, it is what it is. I mean, trust me, I put it through hell. Right? If it can withstand me beating on it, it's a good tractor. And unless somebody once said to me, oh, I'll get you the same size tractor, and I'll just do a swap with you, and you'll love it. You'll have better capacity, better drive, the motor will be better. Unless they can prove it to me, I call bullshit. Okay? Tractor's done its job. I've driven every kind of tractor you could possibly think of over the years. Grew up on a farm. So, I'm telling you, if it could withstand my beating, it's a good tractor. And you can't expect something to last forever. But, had a buddy talking about a bad boy tractor. I said, what the hell is bad boy? I never even heard of that shit before. He goes, we used to be Branson. Now, I heard of Branson tractors. I said, well, don't TYM own Branson? Didn't they buy it? He goes, yeah. I said, huh. Why would TYM build a better tractor than a TYM? Now, my tractor was when TYM was first coming out. Not many people ever heard of them. That's back years ago. And I'm sure that they've improved themselves over the years. But you'd have to prove that to me. And nobody's got the balls to do that. You know that. Nobody does. They don't have it. That's why I put out the videos. Because they won't. Nobody's going to pull up in my yard with a brand new tractor and say, I'm going to swap you this tractor because I'm telling you it's better than your tractor. You know it's not going to happen. Right? Why? Because they probably know it is a good tractor. Or they're not willing to risk their reputation. So, that's the way it is. And you know, the great thing about tractors like this, when they still work and they're paid off. Oh, it's been paid off for years now. But I take care of it, you know. They like to shake apart because they're not they're not really, they didn't lock them down right, you know. It's more like a jigsaw puzzle, this thing. So you do have to go and check all your bolts from time to time, periodically, especially when you hammer on stuff. Outside of that, that's what I need it to do, I guess. That wire's hanging down because I had a stereo on this at one time. And then I was going crazy one time, and a tree branch come back and busted my stereo off. So, you know, it is what it is. But I take care of it, you know. I try to once a year, every couple years, really get down and scrape it down and repaint the areas that I need to paint. You know, do the maintenance. That's what's important. There's only like, I don't know, 350 hours on the tractor. But does what it's supposed to do, I guess. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I got. Just wanted to show you my fence. I'm getting it out. Hopefully my new toy will be in this week. I'm sure you all like it. I'm not going to bore you with it. Tell you what I think. Let me get it in. It is a semi-sponsored toy, as a matter of fact. And you're probably thinking, what? Semi-sponsored. I'll explain everything to you as soon as it comes in. Pretty happy about it. And sure some of my family members will be going, oh, yeah, yeah. You know how family is, right? They're never there when you need them. But when they need you, boy, oh God, you're the greatest thing since Swiss cheese. Especially when you own things, right? Alright guys, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's Pastor Bob, and I'm out of here. See ya.